Yeah, and of course, now where you live right now, Escambia, Santa Rosa County, big Second Amendment folks out that way.
Yep.
I think was it Gaetz or was it Trump who said that up in Pensacola, up in the Panhandle, if anybody disagreed with you, you could always shoot them. And that only happens over in the Panhandle.
I'm not
But,
sure who said that, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think that was that far off.
it got a big
I mean,
laugh out of the audience, and that made me very uneasy because they were agreeing with him at the time.
well, it's strange right now for me, I think, because there's actually an FBI manhunt underway for someone who threatened to kill me and my family about a week and a half ago from my district, who called our cell phones, didn't block his number, didn't even try to hide who he was. And the FBI has been looking for him since Thursday, the 21st. So, yeah, it's a little more serious right now. I mean, I like brevity and, levity as much as the next person, but there's a difference between, being a pro Second Amendment place and being a pro violence place. And I don't think we're a pro violence place. I think that people understand that they are entitled to certain rights, but that does not give them license to be violent animals. I think that's a common misconception about people. But then there are a handful of people that are dangerous. And this was a Matt Gaetz supporter who repeatedly told me he was a Matt Gaetz supporter when he texted me over 3 days, telling me that women don't belong in office because we're too emotional and have too many personalities. The guy who threatened to kill my family said that we're too emotional and have too many personalities. But it's not always necessarily tied to the same thing, and I don't want to kind of bash on people that technically, they have those rights. That's the Second Amendment. It exists in the Constitution. And make them seem like everybody up here is crazy and a redneck. And I mean, I grew up in South Mississippi in a place that's a hell of a lot more redneck than this area. And they're not inherently violent people either. They're not going to shoot people for disagreeing with them. But it is also a very serious risk that as a candidate I have to deal with. And right now, more than I have in the past. Which says a lot because I have an entire Twitter troll army dedicated to harassing anybody who says my name 24/7. Strange world.
Wow. And yet you have to be able to work with the GOP as you're moving forward if you're going to have any.
Rebekah, let me just say at the beginning, I thought you were cool. Now I think you're a badass. Wow, to be able to stare some shit like that in the face.
You handed out the badass badge without telling me? Wow, that's cool.
Like to stare some shit like that in the face and to keep on going and keep standing for what you're standing for. Good job.